I tell you what, this sunshade is a piece of crap. It is absolutely worthless. I don't know what Case IH was thinking.
Well, there goes Kelly. My tarp is put on. I don't really need my tarp right now. We're just going a quarter mile down the road. But I was just making sure everything works and make sure our first load looks cool. But yeah. Oh, let's not kill the truck here. Woo! Kind of stout. I tested one of the moistures and it was around 16.5. I don't know exactly how accurate that was. That was off the top of the trailer after it had been sitting for about 30 minutes. So we're gonna go check here in just a minute. Anywho, let me get out of this field and I'll see y'all at the bins. Is a promising sound right there. Me and Kelly were checking the bins and switching them around and changing them off and doing everything like that. And we're supposed to be putting corn in bin 4 and it's coming out of bin 4, so. But as you can tell, it's going in there. Our moisture. Woo. Our moisture was not looking just super hot, but I mean it's right around that 18%. I'm hoping it just kind of sweat a little bit in the trailer, but that's why we're putting it in the bins. We're not taking that much loss at the granary right now, so it is what it is. You got to make the most of our $3.50 bushel corn.
We're gonna call it an early day. That sun be going down here before very long. We got done with the front half of the farm, and rather than go get bottoms and stuff laid out, we're just gonna call it early for the first day of harvest. Don't want to push our luck. We got about half this farm done, right at 40 acres. Not too bad considering we really didn't start good till like 1:30, 2 o'clock. By the time we got everything set and fixed. Anyway, we're gonna head up here and get to do my most favorite job for the first time this harvest, blowing off the combine. And as if it ain't bad enough that I came down with COVID right as we got back from vacation about a month ago, I still haven't recovered from the bad cough that I got. And even though I'm gonna wear a dust mask, I don't imagine that this dust is gonna help matters any, but oh well, it is what it is. Whoever drives the combine that day gets the pleasure of blowing it off. Anyway, weather permitting, we'll see you back here bright and early in the morning. Oh, you can see it over there. I got Andy started bush hogging around the edges of the fields. We normally do this in you know, after harvest is done, but he's got a few hours this morning right here close by the shop. Might as well go ahead and get a head start. Less work we got to do, and November. You know, every year we go around all of our fields and bush hog around the edges, the ditch banks, the tree lines and everything, keep everything pushed back, keep vegetation from encroaching onto the field. Plus it makes the farms look real nice all winter long, which landlords definitely appreciate. So just doing our daily morning service here. Oil level looks good. This bush hog running like a champ since we got those shafts and gearboxes rebuilt. We finally made it to some fantastic looking corn. We're down here in this nice 12-acre bottom, real deep soils. Once you get away from the tree lines, it's yielding mighty good. And like I said yesterday, we're doing a recalibration just because we need to get into some real nice consistent corn. And right now we're doing a low flow calibration. I'm going 1.8 miles an hour, and it's tough to keep the flow low enough for the low flow calibration. At 1.5 miles an hour, doing almost 1,600 bushels per hour. In case you're wondering how a yield monitor works, I did a video several years ago. It's under the How Farm Stuff Works playlist. But just to give you a rough idea, at the top of the clean grain elevator, there's a pad. It's called a mass flow sensor. The elevator throws grain against that pad, and it measures the impact force. So the more grain comes up through the elevator, the more force is hitting that pad, thus registering higher yields, and the opposite, lower flow, not impacting the pad quite as much. But anyway, for this to work properly, we've got to do calibration loads at different grain flows to be able, so the pad knows that if it's getting this much force, it's this yield. If it's this much force, it's this yield. And we do that at very grain flows, so the computer will be able to know what we're yielding in low yielding areas and high yielding areas and everything else. After we get done creeping this in the field, we'll dump, weigh the load, and then I'll program it here in the monitor, and then we'll do a medium flow after that. And generally a medium flow will get us up to, will calibrate us up to, I don't know, around 5,000 bushels per hour, which is actually a little more than what I actually try to push through this combine. I think the clean grain elevator is rated for around 6,000 bushels per hour. But with this 12-row head and our small field, I like to keep the ground speed low, and 4,000, 4,500 bushels per hour is more than what we can keep all the way anyway. Oh yeah, here's proof that we can make good corn. This should be our last calibration load right here. We had to start over from scratch because where we did it earlier yesterday, the corn was just way too variable, didn't get real good readings, and my calibration loads were off quite a bit. Oh, 277. This decalb 109-day corn, it does mighty good where it's got the resources.
8060.
All right, go ahead and dump. I'm gonna do one more load.
Well, welcome to day 2. Way over there, it looks like Andy, he got the 4440 stuck. Oh, look, everybody, I've been saying I want that tractor to go in the ditch, and I know that I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but I mean, if you're gonna get it stuck right. Oh, good Lord. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he found where the top terrace right up here drains to there, and then it's washed out. Normally you can go across it, but so on this farm, it goes way, way back there. So I have to trek all the way to the truck from way back there. That is in the little bottom before we have to cross the creek. And I went out to look at the creek, and it's very deceiving, but we're gonna be very careful going across it. Underneath it's gone. So we've been having problems with this. I don't know how to fix it. We keep putting dirt on it, but Mother Nature has other ideas.
Well, we just got done with 2 real good bottoms on this farm. Both those bottoms constitute, I don't know, about 25 to 30% of the acres on this farm. We were sitting at 127 bushels per acre before we came into those bottoms. See what we're up to now. It raised our average from 127 up to 146. Tell you what, there was some stout corn in those bottoms. I wish the whole farm, heck, I wish my whole corn crop was like that. We'd actually stand a chance of making some decent money if all my corn crop was like that. But we're back down to, well, this spot right here is about 100 bushels an acre. Just real thin hill ground, inroads too on top of that. We get out there in the main part of the field, it'll pick up a little bit, but it is what it is. At least I ain't got to look at it no more. It's been a pretty slow day so far. I'm not as far along as I wanted to be. Big problem is like those bottoms, I mean, I wouldn't even make it in the field and I'd have a full bin. And Kelly's got a haul like all the way, like probably about 3/4 of a mile up to where the truck is. It's got a long farm with small fields and narrow field rows. She got a long ways to haul. And then once we got on this side of the creek, that culvert that we fixed last year is down there, and it's about half rusted out, and I don't trust it to tote, you know, 48,000 pounds on a single axle grain cart across it without it collapsing. So I've been loading Kelly with a half of a load and making, you know, just making 2 trips up there to fill the truck up. Last thing I'm gonna do is collapse that culvert and have a big old mess on our hands. Well, we got, I don't know, about 16 more acres here on this hill, and we'll have this done. Hopefully get this done today and get moved over to the next farm. We also had a little problem with the header. Apparently when me and Andy was working on the header and working on those gathering chains, we didn't get a couple of the bolts quite tight enough, and they worked out, and the chain tensioner got loose and the gathering chain jumped off the sprocket. And this header is kind of a pain in the butt to put the gathering chain back on, but it's been a little ticky-tack stuff. We'll get everything sorted out and start putting a bunch of bushels through this combine pretty soon, I hope. Also, when we got to that better corn, I just wasn't happy with the settings on my combine. We were getting a little too much loss, so had to do a bunch of playing around, tried to, you know, our grain sample got dirty also, so we did did some adjusting on the concaves and the rotor speed, and also the sieves. I had to adjust the tilt offset on it 1 degree the opposite way, just to try and level the grain out on the sieves a little bit better. That's the big problem with these axial flow combines with one long rotor. They tend to load pretty heavy on one side or the other, and instead of having a nice even mat of grain coming across the sieves, it can overload one side under certain conditions, and then it starts running out the back. So we had to do a bunch of playing around with that, but I think we finally got this thing really dialed in. About the only thing we're getting now is a little bit of header loss. All right, another long, frustrating day, and now we got another issue. Heard a metallic sound all of a sudden, and got out and checked the ground behind the combine and found this. Well, yay. What is this, you might ask? This is a vane for the rotor cage here. See, we got, they go up in there and they control the crop flow through the rotor. You know, it's basically, the rotor cage is basically like a big screw, but anyway, got a vane there, supposed to be one there, and then we got another one over there. This one's supposed to be on the inside, so I don't know. I guess the bolts worked loose or maybe wore through. And
shot it out the back.
Kicked it out the back. If we were cutting soybeans, this could be a bigger issue. Corn, don't think it's going to be as big an issue, so I'm going to try running without it because it's now 6 o'clock. I want to get this field done, and
it's been a shite kind of a day.
So we'll see how well she runs with a missing vein. Hopefully the crop will still flow through the rotor, get to the chopper, and be ejected out, and then we can just finish this day. Because I tell you one thing, it is not easy to snake another vein back up in there, because you got to bolt all the way at the very tip top. Like I can barely touch it on the outside. I sure can't touch it from the inside. So
what do I need to watch for the back of the thing, mister?
You don't need to watch anything. I don't know if things aren't going well. Alright, it appears that missing the veins not causing any ill effects. Seems like crop's still growing through the rotor good enough. Don't hear any signs of rumbling or any signs that, you know, that crop's getting hung up there in the rotor, choking the machine down or anything. So guess we'll be good to go. Definitely need to replace that vein before we get to soybeans though. So we'll just keep on marching along until the combine tells me we got more issues.
Okay, so today's been a horrible day. And now the green buggy shaft just locked up on itself. I hadn't even started to unload. And yeah, it's locked up. Let's see. Ready? Yep, it ain't going nowhere. Oh my God, what happened? Look at it, ready? I'm gonna pull it open. Nothing. It doesn't want to move. Oh my God. So I called Andy because I'm afraid to tell Matt. Unfortunately, I do have bad news, and I'm really sorry.
What?
The shaft to the green buggy completely locked up as I was trying to unload it. Oh God. He's probably swearing every book. Like,
okay, I'll come up that way.
Do you want, just, you can leave the, I don't want you crossing that ditch. You want Andy come get you?
Oh, I'll be up there in a minute.
I didn't break it on purpose, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. Like, it just broke. Like, broke. Like it said, not today. When I tell you today has been an absolute day from hell, I can't even begin to tell you. Along with breakdowns, we are also dealing with some family stuff that we had to leave and go take care of. So it's just been a really, it's been a very frustrating day. But tomorrow's gonna be a better day. Yeah, it has to be. Satan's not winning today.
Alright, well apparently it's time to call it a day. Got another 2 fins cut. Kelly went up there to unload. She just hollered at me on the radio and said the PTO shaft on the grain buggy locked up. That's never a good sign when you got a full grain buggy. I don't know if it's a problem with the tractor, the gearbox on the grain buggy, or what. I do know whatever it is, it's probably not going to be easy or good. I get to cross this sketchy culvert with a full hopper of grain.
Help, help! Are you AAA? Are you AAA? I called him. I literally go, hey Matt. He goes, if it's broke, I don't want to hear it. So he go, no. Okay. All right, okay.
I see some corn coming out of your spout.
Yeah.
It's definitely choked.
It's not choked though. That's the problem unless something's in there, because it completely went and froze up. So let me show you, watch. Okay, it'll move, but it won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
See it trying to move?
Alright, turn it off.
How much corn's still in the grain buggy, Kelly?
How much corn is in the grain buggy? A lot! 27,000 pounds.
Well, at least it's not full. It's about half full.
Oh God, help us.
I don't want to grab it and start spinning. Well,
I don't think you can. It's stuck. It might come back at you. Let's not do that.
I just don't want it to. need to see if the PTO is broke. If it's in the tractor,
We are really screwed.
really screwed.
I don't know, but I heard it sounded like it came from back there. Like right where you're at, where that's at.
Oh, that's...
Because the minute I heard it start to grind, well no, the minute I heard it start to grind, I completely shut it off.
If it was sheared or broke over here, though, it'd be... I mean, it would still turn it, because it'd already be broke.
But that's where it sounded like it was coming from. It did not sound like it was coming from the tractor at all.
I don't think this is the problem.
If it's the tractor, I'm gonna crap my pants.
It may be. I mean,
All right, if y'all remember this spot from early last year, we had to replace this cover I'm about to cross, and then that one over there, the big one goes across the big creek, is the one that's not looking too good on the inside. And plus I got to snake my header around this humongous oak tree. All right, we got it lined up, and then we're gonna go this way and make a hard left hand turn to try and get the edge of my header around this oak tree. Just like that. Wish I could take that tree out, but I ain't got no equipment. Heck, even a big excavator wouldn't be able to move it out of the way. All right, now comes the moment of truth, crossing the culvert. Please don't collapse. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Lord.
Okay, so my AAA service has told me
it's not the tractor.
that it's not the tractor. So you know what, Laverne? You live to see another day. It is definitely the buggy. Uh-oh. I hear the commander-in-chief. Look, if I don't laugh through this, I'll cry in the ground. Oh, hey, Drakey Poo. Hello, Bumpers. So we are literally like, our house is on the other side of that. So he just comes and hangs out with us.
On the plus side, the bush hog is held together, and Andy's got the edge of these fields looking nice.
And all I see is the American flag coming over. That's pretty cool. It does not mean freedom. It means we're, oh, he's full too. He mad. And he has corn cab. Oh no. Drake, stop that. Be nice to that mouse.
He's playing and the mouse does not know that.
He's playing and the mouse is like, I'm being tortured. So yeah, we don't know what we're gonna do now. We're just waiting for the commander-in-chief to come on over.
The gate is shut.
Hey, you know what? It's almost 7 o'clock somewhere. And that somewhere's here. Who's bringing the beer? Who's bringing the beer?
All right, I see you take the shaft off, so I'm assuming you've already tried to...
Yeah, the PTO still turns in the
PTO
tractor.
is fine. It's the buggy.
Right.
So did it kill the tractor, or what did it do?
No, so I was unloading. I had the gate open, not even a quarter. And then all of a sudden I just heard this loud grinding noise and I shut it off. And it was coming from back here. So this is not completely full because the gate was not all the way open.
Was the shaft still turning?
No, it was not. It just did this grinding noise. It locked up and I just hit the button.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, since we're right here close to the shop, let's fold it up and pull this. We can pull this over the dump pit and we can dump the rest of it out and diagnose it further.
Okay.
So,
But a lot's gonna come out of there.
it doesn't matter. I mean, I have to lose some. I'd rather lose a little bit here than have to bucket all of it out.
I can make Carter come get it for deer stuff, so that's fine at least. All right, here's what happens when your grain buggy breaks. You gotta fold it. Oh no, here comes the rain. Oh man. Ain't that some junk? Well, guess what? Carter now has deer corn.
Fortunately, we're only like a half a mile away from the grain bin, so we can just bring that on in. Andy's over there getting the combine blowed off. I just hope the auger's choked up. We're not looking at a gearbox or a slip clutch issue, because it might take a few days to get parts for that thing. All right, one of the negatives of this loadout bin is that it is a tight squeeze with the tractor and the grain buggy. I mean, it's just as tight getting the grain buggy in here as it is getting my cotton picker in the shop over there. Yeah, see, we tired of rubbing there. All right, we left a little rubber on the side post, but we managed to get her in.
Man, I had to squeeze my rear into here. Woo! Squeezy, squeezy.
All right, we got it unloaded. Kelly, hit that PTO switch on the fender. We'll see if this shaft turns it off. No, right here on the fender. Because it turns it slowly. All right, so something is locked up on this thing. All right, this auger has no wiggle room. It is jam tight, and there's nothing I can see down in the auger on the side that would have it jammed. See anything down there, Andy?
Nothing's out. There's no oil coming out, and nothing's like broke on this last yoke. But
I believe we got an internal problem in the gearbox. Crap. Worst case scenario. So do a little investigating further. Well, might be some good news. I think I might have found the problem. Y'all remember that vane I had come out of the combine? Well, it looks like we found one of the mounting bolts for that vane. Looks like it got wedged up right there at the bottom of that flighting, and that's what's causing the issue. So it's kind of up in there. Let me try and figure out a way to get that bolt out. Hopefully the gearbox is salvageable. All right, I can't get the pipe wrench on the auger to spin it, so I'm gonna try and spin this PTO shaft backwards.
we're turning the auger.
Okay.
Going,
Am I going the right way? Is the bolt backing out? I can just about turn it by hand now.
it's just,
Well, I lied.
it's just spinning around with it.
Well, as the flighting comes down past the tube, it should release it though. Okay, well let me get down there and look. All right, yeah, just now go the other way. Yeah.
Get the GoPro open.
Yeah, it was frozen. This fork's falling down on my fist and set my fist there on fire.
It's definitely going to.
Oh, that's more fall. It doesn't work. Ooh, man!
Some of those is hot.
Alright, see if I cut enough of that.
At least get it hot enough. Think going this same way?
No, go back the other way.
Alright. Oh, it broke free. Yeah, we got a free auger.
I think it fell on my arm.
I was gonna tell you not to catch it, but I'm rolling it with my hand. It's stuck again. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There's another piece of it somewhere.
There it is right there, the remainder of the bolt. That's what the head of the bolt that holds my veins in. Good Lord, it's hot.
That was our whole problem.
And I ruined my shirt. I got, oh good Lord. I got indentions in my arm for sparks, holes in my shirt.
Yeah, one right there.
That was not one of the more fun jobs I've done on this farm.
Right.
All right, let's fire the tractor up and keep the PTO on, make sure we're good to go. Doesn't feel like we got any flake in the shaft here, so I think our gearbox might be okay. Now tell me, what are the odds of that little 3/8 inch bolt that I lost in my combine and all that grain getting hung up just right on the flight of that auger to lock it up? What are the odds of that happening?
I'd go get a lottery ticket. Today has been 777.
I'll let you buy the lottery ticket because I don't.
So you'll instantly lose.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. But anyway, looks like we're good to go tomorrow. Knock on wood, our gearbox is okay.